traditional African buildings were sustainable buildings. Nobody was importing any materials, so the carbon footprint was zero. They came from the earth and went back to the earth. But beyond that, they were climatically responsive. They had thick walls that insulated the interior from the blazing sun in the north of Nigeria. And in the south, they had steep roofs that threw off the rain, and they could gather the water, the rainwater, for recycling. The buildings were oriented in such a way that the openings were not to the east or to the west. It was the north and south orientation, so the glare of the sun did not come in directly. You'd see huge overhangs of the roofs sheltering the small fenestration they had from the glare of the sun. And in most cases, there was little or no fenestration. Little or no fenestration. Light was letting through the courtyard. Climatically responsive buildings. I see brilliant architects like Ariel Sharon of blessed memory, who designed the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, learning from traditional African architecture. When you look at his buildings, there are courtyards between the humanities buildings in which he places amphitheaters. He uses climate modifiers like sun breakers, but the sun breakers are an integral part, not an addition, not an addition, not an afterthought to the design. Integral, structural elements. These are the sun breakers to shield the windows from the glare. Now we see glass towers going up all over the world. Dubai, Cincinnati, Dallas, Houston, New York. It's all the same. Nigeria, I said the climate is the same. The climate is not the same. Traditionally in Dubai, what would you have? Mud houses with almost no external windows. Why? They were shielding the building from the thermal load. Now we have what? Glass structures taking in maximum thermal load from the glare. And then we spend all the world's energy cooling the interior that shouldn't have been hot in the first place. Now we as Nigerians go look around the world and then copy the best of it, because we have this neo-colonialist idea that whatever the West does, we have to do. If they have glass towers, we need to have glass towers. We're not thinking of, we do not look to our heritage to see what they did. Therefore, sustainability is a far cry if we continue to do the things we do. The amount of energy that we spend cooling our sealed glass boxes in Lagos could power all the industries of Nigeria. So the thermal load, the wind direction, these were all things that were considered in traditional African architecture. We know there are two seasons in Nigeria, Harmattan and rain. In Harmattan, the northeast trade wind blows. In the rainy season, the southwest trade wind blows. It makes sense. You orient your buildings southwest to northeast. That's the direction of the wind. You could say, oh, they're slim plots, but it is possible to orient your windows. In the AD Consulting building, it is as if the windows are wind catchers. In any of my buildings, you can survive no matter what the power holding company of Nigeria does. You can have a cool night overnight by opening your windows. This is what you can, because they are oriented towards the sun. And this is what you see in Ariel Sharon's buildings and what Maxwell Fry and Jane Drew did in University of Ibadan when they learned, I think, maybe from Ariel Sharon. There are various climate types in Nigeria. It's as big as it is. We move from the rainforest all the way to the savannah, all the way to the desert regions neighboring Chad. And at every point, the African people knew what to do to make themselves comfortable. They didn't go copying other climates. They did what worked. To be honest, what we're doing with these glass boxes is like importing igloos from the Eskimos to Nigeria. We wouldn't do that. Then why are we doing these glass boxes? What is the way around it?